In May of 1970, the United States experienced its most violent events on the home front during the Vietnam War. President Richard Nixon's call for drafting 150,000 more troops to expand the war into Cambodia increased an already large domestic opposition. This image is a still shot from Nixon's April 30th, 1970 speech in which he publicly presented the expansion of the war. In response, universities around the United States engaged in protests over the next couple weeks. More than 350 colleges and universities experienced strikes, and troops occupied 21 campuses. Unfortunately, two protests marked a dark time in United States history. On May 4th, 1970, students of Kent State University in Ohio organized an anti-war protest. This protest began to escalate, and the students started the ROTC building on fire. In response, 900 National Guardsmen were dispatched by the Ohio governor to stop the protest. The protest continued to escalate, and 28 of the guardsmen began shooting into a crowd of protesters. As a result, 4 protesters were killed and another 9 were injured. This event further displayed the growing divide within the country. Although the Kent State incident is the most notable act of violence on the home front during the war, it was not the only event. 10 days after the Kent State massacre, on May 14, 1970, students of Jackson State University in Mississippi organized a protest that would have similar results. Police and highway patrolmen began firing into a group of protesters without any warning, killing 2 students and injuring another 9. This incident gets less notoriety as Jackson State is an all-black university, but this violent act is just as important in displaying the turmoil within the United States. The Kent State and Jackson State incidents displayed how anti-war sentiment had spread beyond elite campuses. Eventually, these 2 protests became major events that caused the United States to withdraw from Vietnam because of the large opposition within the country. With these 2 incidents in mind, what kind of impact does protesting and striking have on society? As a student, would you engage in a protest for something you believed in, even if it was potentially dangerous?